Hey, it's Eric Lima. As you can obviously see, you're watching another episode of EML77 TV. It's episode 385. Some breaking news coming out for Crown Jewel. I didn't put this in the predictions from last episode because this was just announced just like hours ago. Ladies and gentlemen, this is history in the making. For the very first time, there'll be a women's match on the Crown Jewel event. This will be the very first time. It will be Natalya going one-on-one with her nemesis from SmackDown, Lacey Evans, the lady of the WWE. I'm really excited about this matchup. This is a big, huge breakthrough. A lot of people have been talking about it, and it seems like WWE's been pushing it and pushing it and pushing for it, and it will happen. It's going to be a breakthrough, and so this will be the very first time in the Crown Jewel pay-per-view event for tomorrow that this is going to happen. I'm really excited. So who I think is going to win the matchup, I'm going to make a prediction right now. I think Lacey Evans, who's got the momentum going, I think the future is bright for her. She may have lives the gimmick, but this is a big chance for her to really, really make an impact. I mean, I think Natalya and Lacey Evans are the perfect women to represent the WWE and in this endeavor. I believe that those two ladies have worked very hard. They've been, I think they're epitome of women empowerment in the WWE besides Stephanie McMahon. And I'll be totally honest, those two ladies set the example, set the bar, and, but it's very difficult to even pick out any two. It's really, really difficult, any two. And I personally believe, this is my opinion, that Natalya and Lacey Evans are perfect examples of that. Women empowerment in wrestling, in the WWE. This is huge. This is big. And both ladies are the perfect representatives, to be honest with you. Lacey Evans, with her U.S. Marine background, that's going to help her a lot in diplomatic situations like this. That's why I think Natalya, same thing, would represent the Hart family as well. The legacy of that family as well. So I think these two ladies to me are perfect to have their first WWE Women's match in the Crown Jewel event. I know a lot of people saying, Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss would have been, that was a live show. So this is the first televised, so to speak, women's matchup in Saudi Arabia. So this is huge. There is hope, and a lot of fans will be excited about it. And, and this is huge, very, very huge, very, very big, and it's going to be something. I'm excited. Everybody should be excited. It's an opportunity for the ladies, for both Natalya and Lacey Evans, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna crush it. They're gonna kill it out there, and they're really gonna change a lot. And I'm hoping, because of the Riyadh season, that's going to be the reason why they're celebrating that Riyadh season, special celebration over there in Saudi Arabia. So this is the first time. So they figured in honor of that, why not do that? So it's great. I applaud the Saudi Arabian Sports Authority to let this match happen. I have to give them a little bit of credit. Give credit is due, and totally excited about it. So best of luck to Natalya and Lacey. I don't know who I want to win in that matchup. I'm leaning towards Lacey Evans to win it. But Natalya, if she follows me on Twitter, I have to go with her as well. So it's kind of a toss-up between those two. So I can't wait. So I say Lacey Evans may end up winning the match, but Natalya is going to have that veteran experience over Lacey in that department. So either way, it's going to be a great matchup. I think these ladies have continued the rivalry, and they all big fans of that. So congratulations to Lacey Evans and Natalya for representing the women's division in the WWE for Saudi, and the women of the WWE in Saudi Arabia for that. So I'm excited about that. And let's see some other news in WWE. Finn Balor will show up on NXT tonight, possibly to explain his actions, why he attacked Johnny Gargano with that Pele kick. So it'll be people want to see a Finn Balor Gargano matchup, and so I think that's another reason why I'm sure some fans out there will want to see that matchup. The Kabuki Warriors will be defending the Women's Tag Team Championship against Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. Can't wait to see that matchup. And I would not be surprised if Io Shirai gets involved in that match. She's best friends with Asuka and Kairi Sane. I would not be surprised if they kind of pull a demolition and add her as a third member of the Kabuki Warriors team. We'll see how all that develops and how that goes. I know a lot of people. I like to see Io Shirai join forces with Asuka and Kairi Sane. They're my favorites, even though they break the rules. They turn against Paige, so I think it's going to be a lot to talk about there. Also on the a tag team matchup, non-title of course. The tag team champions with the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, will be facing the team of Keith Lee and Matt Riddle. So those two, I know Dominik Dijakovic wants in, and but Keith Lee felt like he needs he's someone he can trust, and Matt Riddle was the guy. So we'll see what happens. And I'm hoping that they have a War Games and Dominik Dijakovic can still be involved. I mean, him and Keith Lee, if Dijakovic and Lee join forces, the Undisputed Era could be in trouble. So, well, right now, Keith Lee's sticking with Matt Riddle, and so, hey, if they win the matchup, they have a chance at the tag team titles. We'll see what happens there. It's going to be very interesting to say the least. And the World Series tied up at 3 games apiece. That means one game is decided. I believe it's tonight. Let's see. I don't have much time to do this because I got band rehearsal later on tonight. So MLB World Series, and all right, October the 30th. Yep, it's at 8 o'clock. So I was right. So thank you for Google. I had to look that up to make sure I was right. So this is a huge opportunity for the Astros. Here's the weird part. This was a home field advantage for the Astros throughout the playoffs. So far, here's the deal. So far, the Washington Nationals have been winning in the Astros ballpark, games 1, 2, and 6, while the Astros swept the 3-game series over there in the three-game road series, winning in their ballpark. So I think also, if you think about it, if you give you think the Astros have the advantage because they have the extra bat, they know how to play, but you give the Nationals the advantage because they also have an extra bat using for their DH. Remember, in American League ballparks, you use the DH. In American League ballparks, in the National League ballparks, you don't. You have the pitcher bat. And that could be the only reason why I think the Astros are a little bit of disadvantage. I think their pitchers have not been hitting that much. And it's supposed to be, I believe it'll be all hands on deck because this is the last game of the season, the official season, the playoff season, of the postseason, of the season, whatever, so it'll be all hands on deck here. So Max Scherzer is supposed to start for Washington. I got to see who's starting for Houston. I believe Garrett Cole pitched. Let's see MLB World Series. Let's see what's going. Okay, I'm gonna check out Google for a minute and let's see players who is going to start. Ooh. So Kurt Suzuki's been scratched versus the Astros. They're being scratched in Game 5, so they'll be Game 7. So it will be Yan Gomes, and it'll be Yan Gomes who will start for Suzuki. I'm trying to find out. Scherzer's going to pitch. All right, so Houston, Zach Greinke. So saying Zach Greinke. So the lineup goes like this. Trey Turner, the shortstop for the Nationals. Trey Turner, the shortstop. Adam Eaton, right. Anthony Rendon in left. Juan Soto in left field. Howie Kendricks, the DH. Drupal Cabrera at second base. Ryan Zimmerman at first base batting 7th. Yan Gomes batting 8th center field. And Victor Robles bats 9th with Scherzer on the mound. And I'll tell you one thing. He had a cortisone shock, and Max Scherzer. I'm sure he'll. He was a late scratch. Kurt Suzuki was a late scratch hip flexor. So, and blocking drills last for what's worth. So that could the ERA got a little higher with Gomes behind the plate with the 2.08 ERA with Suzuki catching. That's going to hurt him a little bit. Hopefully that won't. So the home Astros will have Springer leading off, Altuve batting second, Brantley batting third, Bregman batting fourth, playing third base. Yuli Gurriel playing first, batting fifth. Yordan Alvarez will be the DH, batting sixth. Carlos Correa, the shortstop, batting seventh. Robinson Chirinos batting eighth, and Josh Reddick will be batting ninth. And Greinke gets to start, Garrett Cole. So a huge Astros lead early, so that could be it. So if the Astros have of a minimum lead, I think you're going to see Garrett Cole in relief. It's going to be if I were the both managers, I'd put all hands on deck just in case, as far as pitchers and pitchers with the bullpens, everything. Get everybody out there because you never know when you're going to need them. Who knows? Verlander will close the game and whatnot. So who's going to win? We'll find out tonight. Who's going to have a happy Halloween and who's not? That's a good question. A lot of people, the Astros have been vilified because of the Roberto Osuna situation, and Brandon Taubman, who got fired for making that comment towards the female reporters, and everything else. So it's going to be very, very tricky, and it's going to be, I like to root for the Nationals. That's what I'm going to root for because it's great to see them win a World Series. I mean, they used to be the Montreal Expos in 1969, and they were expansion team in 1969. They had pretty, the only one good season they had was 94, but unfortunately the strike ended their chances of trying to win ended their chances of possibly going to the playoffs and the postseason and possibly win a World Series. We never know what will happen. Wish we turned back the clock and had not had that strike. So unfortunately, that's the breaks kid. So. And then they ended their 2004 was their last season, and they gave away Pedro Martinez to us, so it's pretty cool. And we got Orlando Cabrera from them, that three-team trade that sent Nomar to the Cubs. So it was a 4-team trade. It was the Cubs, the Twins, and the Expos. We got Orlando Cabrera in that deal too, I believe. So it's a little crazy. It's probably the craziest trade ever that worked out well for all of it, for the Sox in the end of that season in 2004. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to say the least. It's going to be an interesting World Series to say the least, and all that. One more thing I want to say before we conclude this video, because I want to hurry it up because it's almost 6 o'clock and I got to get ready for band rehearsal and whatnot. I found a list of, I have this game for the PlayStation, the regular PlayStation. We're going far back, like say 94, 95, PlayStation 1, a game called Big League Slugger Baseball. And what you do here, it's almost like one of the games from Japan almost, but it looks like it, but it's Americanized. You can make up team names, and you can have your own lineup. You can toggle their stats and just have some fun with it. So, and I did this with using the names of my friends from work, celebrities, wrestlers, just to have some fun with it. And see how it is. I'm probably going to bring that back and bring you some baseball action from there. That way we go in the off season and it was like, well, let's go play some baseball. It's, I always wanted to be a baseball announcer when I was a kid because I used to collect baseball cards. I used to watch the Red Sox games and see how they announced and everything else. So that's another thing too. I like to be a sports announcer. That's one of my things I want to do when I was a kid. So that would be a great idea. So I could bring that back and show you how I call baseball games. And so I could, exhibition and all that. It's from the PlayStation. It's going to be really, really cool. But I want to get some stuff to make sure that I'm able to have it compatible with my smart TV, of course. HDMI cables. Hopefully I can find one for the PlayStation, for the regular PlayStation 1 and all that. So I'm totally stoked about this. This is totally excited. This is going to be. I think I have an idea. Brain meats, as Dashi would say. All right, so that's all I got to have to say. So that's all the time we have on this show. God's blessings, love, life, and light to all of you. Catching the flip side. Pay attention. You might learn something. And if we can't change the past, we can change our present situations to work for a better future. In other words, if life deals you a bad hand, start changing your cards, okay? And get a better hand. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Episode 385 is going to complete. Now we'll see you on episode 386. And, weekend's coming. Payday's this Friday. Halloween's tomorrow. It's going to be rainy, but just be safe out there. All right. See you. Bye.